Hey guys, and welcome back to another FM22 Transfer Guide with me, Raxo FM, where today we are going over 3 signings and 3 sales for Manchester United. One of the biggest football clubs in the entire world, arguably the biggest football club in the entire world. But they have not managed to win a Premier League title since 2013 when Sir Alex Ferguson left the football club. Since then, I've had a lot of different managers currently running with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but I think a lot of you will be wanting to start the save, to take over from him, and change the fact that they haven't won a Premier League. And you can do that very easily by just making a couple of changes, selling some players, and bringing in some world-class talents. If that sounds like something you would be interested in finding out about, make sure you do smash the like button on today's episode, as well as subscribing to the Raxo FM YouTube channel so you don't miss more transfer guides just like this and Let's Play series going on at all times on the Raxo FM YouTube channel. Still feeling the effects of the current world situation, a lot of the budgets in Football Manager this year are quite low, but Manchester United are giving you £30 million to spend, which is a very respectable amount of money. We will certainly take that. 100% of the transfer revenue is going to be brought back into your transfer budget as well. So you're in a good financial situation right now, but it is for a good reason. They do want you to do quite well in the Premier League and general competitions this year. To be fair, only qualifying for the Champions Cup is definitely not that high of an expectation, but a semi-final and a final in the FA Cup is definitely going to be setting you back some serious amount of time if you are wanting to make sure that you get everything tactically sorted out and, of course, transfer-wise sorted out. Then in the future, I want you to become the most reputable team in England, Europe, and the world. So that's got to happen within a couple of seasons. So you do have to start making some pretty decent deals here and there. They want you to sign high reputation players, use the club's youth system, play entertaining football, sign under 23 players for the first team and for the future, as well as playing just generally attacking football. I think that sounds like something that we can do, but of course we need to get rid of some people right now to make sure we can bring in high reputation players. With £30 million, it might be able to get us 1, but 3, maybe not. The first player that we are getting rid of in this Manchester United team is a bit of an old man, Nemanja Matic, still 32 years of age and still actually has some really good stats. Certainly someone you could work into your squad here and there. But with a high wage and still a wee bit of value, I think it's time to finally cash in on him. He has been at the club for quite some time, but unfortunately doesn't have the age, doesn't have the stats to really be solidifying himself as a first team player. If we do compare him to someone like McTominay, we don't see a whole lot of differences between the two of them. Yes, Matic does have a wee bit more in the defending region, the aerial, the technical and the vision, but McTominay has more in the physicals, the speed, the mental and the attacking. So you've got to consider what you really want in a player, and at 24 years of age in comparison to 32, I think that I'd probably go with McTominay myself. So time to cash in on the man, time to get rid of him and try and find someone that is even better at that CDM spot, because we all know that is a major flaw for Manchester United. In this save, I managed to keep him in the Premier League by selling him to Wolves for a very tidy fee of £7.25 million. I'm not paying any wage contributions there. I'm very happy with that. That is quite a decent amount of money that we can now put towards getting a world-class player into our club. And we now have £37 million. So Nemanja Matic, you're a great player, definitely one that we could use, but not someone that we need at this point in our careers. The next player that we're selling is a man that's actually found a decent amount of ability and form recently, but potentially not enough to be a starter of Manchester United. It is Jesse Lingard. Of course, he has been at the club for many a year, but it's time for him to move on, and he's been out on loan at West Ham, did a very good job, so now his value is actually at a decent, respectable amount. So I think if we can get somewhere close to that £15 million, this is definitely a deal we should be making. In terms of why I've picked him instead of other players, that cam position, it's not really a position of focus for us right now in terms of bringing in new players. Fernandes is locking it down. Then on the right wing, you've got Greenwood and Sancho. Left wing, you've got Rashford and Martial. I think these just the weakest of all the options that you have in that attacking third. And with a value of £15 million, it's going to give you a very decent amount of money to actually buy someone that is going to lock down a starting position in your team. In this save, I've managed to let the man go to AC Milan, which is not a team I thought would be picking him up, but we have managed to get £13 million for him. It could rise for 14.5, so it's a very decent fee. A lot of money that's going to go towards a really good first team player in the future and at this current point in time. So long, Jesse Lingard. You were just unlucky to be probably the weakest of the options we had. And last, and probably least, to be honest, Juan is going to be leaving the club as well. Unfortunately, at 33 years of age, not with a whole lot of ability left. You know, definitely some good stats here and there. But if I was selling Lingard, I'm definitely going to be selling this man as well. I mean, I would lean more towards selling Lingard over this man just because you get a decent amount of money for Lingard. But with Mata, even like £4 to £2 million is a great fee for him, especially with the amount of wage he has, especially with his age, and especially considering the fact he's probably not going to be used at all for you. He's been at the club for quite a number of years, never been insane for Manchester United, but he's been a good football player from time to time, especially in this year, back in the day with Chelsea. However, we are happy to get rid of him now. He is getting older. He's not going to start many games. He's barely even going to be a rotation option. But let's sell him. In this save, he has gone out to CSKA Moscow over in Russia. And we've gotten rid of him for £3.8 million. Very happy with that fee. But a little disappointed that I think we are paying about £40,000 a week for him, which isn't great, but it's still a lot more wage budget than we had before, and it's also a bit more money. So now, with all of those sales done, no signings brought in just yet, financially speaking, we have £53 million to spend, and if we put that all into our transfer budget, we have £74 million. Oh my goodness, boys and girls, we have a lot of money to spend. We have a brilliant amount of players and we can improve it. But how can we improve it is the question. Let's go take a look at the squad. If I go onto the team screen and I go to the quick pick, and of course go pick without restrictions, best 11, we can see that we already have a very strong 11. Every single player in that team is world class, excluding one. And we all know who I'm talking about. It's McTominay. If you're going to be serious about winning some Premier League titles, pushing for Champions League titles, McTominay is not going to be the man to do it for you. So even without going into the squad depth screen, which by the way I love, we can see that CDM, central midfield spot, is a key position of interest for us to upgrade. With options behind him like Fred, Van de Beek, no one's really that insane. So in real life and in this game, that is a position you need to strengthen. Going through the rest of it though, in terms of your striker position, you've certainly got enough players. You've got Ronaldo, Rashford, Greenwood, Cavani, plenty of options. Left wing, right wing, same situation. You've got Cristiano Ronaldo, Bruno Fernandes, Rashford, Sancho, Greenwood, youngsters, older players, experienced players, elite players. You're absolutely well balanced in those positions. In the cam position, you've got Bruno Fernandes, and again, those wingers that can do a job for you. I know I did just get rid of Jesse Lingard, who would be our main reserve cam, but I think it's not that big of a deal. You can bring other players into that position who are more suited to the wing if you really do need to. But I mean, I guess because I have gotten rid of Lingard, we could use one, but it's really not that desperate. In terms of the centre backs though, you can see that you've got a lot of quality in there. Varane, Maguire, Phil Jones. But the only thing I think we're lacking is a really young, up-and-coming centre-back. Tuanzebe is definitely a good man for the future, but not even that young. You know, 23 years of age. I'm thinking more of a teenager that could be breaking through the ranks. Maybe an option for us to look into. And on the right wing, we've got Wan-Bissaka and Dalot. That is exactly what you need. Luke Shaw and Tellez on the other side, absolutely what you need. And in goalkeeper, you have a youngster in the form of Henderson. You have old men in the form of Lee Grant and Tom Heaton with De Gea as your starter. You're sorted. So let's go over that once again. I think you're fine in all of these three positions. Maybe a cam, but really not that desperate. In terms of the CDM position, it is desperate, and a young centre-back could be the way to go. But to be honest, once you've got that CDM, I think the best thing to do as a United manager is just to get the best players you possibly can. Don't ignore the position. You will find a way to get players to suit the situation, to suit the role that you need them to. But just get good players, and you'll be pushing for titles straight away. And boys and girls, That is exactly what I've just done. I've gone out and just signed the best player I could find, Paulo Dybala. He comes in for only 20... I can't even say it. £25 million. What? How was that even happened? And it could rise to 54. But like, even that is a bargain for a man of his ability. The Juventus realise he's only 27 as well, and he's an elite striker. He can play in cam, right wing. He is perfect. I know we already have some insane players within this Manchester United squad, but come on. If he comes to you, we're at that price, with this level of ability, at his age, in his prime, are you going to say no? Of course you're not going to say no. Bring this man in. You can do it. I just don't know why you wouldn't, even though you don't desperately need the position that I have brought him in for. It's Dybala for £25 million up front. Need I say more? Moving on to the young centre-back, and this is the man that I've ended up bringing in. I think you need to ignore the fact that he's got a 2-star current ability and only a 4-star potential ability. This man, for £5 million, is one of the best young centre-backs you can bring in. He is potentially going to rise to £10 million in the future, but at 19 years of age, with that potential, with a decent level of ability, able to play at centre-back and right-back, he is a great option for any top-tier side. And I think the thing about him is that although he's not insane, although he's not going to be the best player in the world guaranteed, you have brought him in for £5 million and he's already worth £30 million. So, in a couple of years, if you don't see much progression, if you don't like him, you can easily sell him for about a £30 million profit. That is the plan. That's why this man is such a good pickup, because there is a good chance he's going to turn into a great centre-back for you. Could be just as good as Varane in the future if he ends up getting to that 4-star potential. But if he doesn't, you sell him for a profit. It's a win-win situation, and I think that you can't lose when you pick up this player. I will admit, I did run out of funds at the end, so I wasn't exactly able to splash the cash on the best young centre-back of all time. So this man is the one that I went with. I'm pretty happy with him for the reasons I outlined, but I'm even more happy with the other signing we made. Franck, Kessie, and yes, it is the most default signing to make in the entire of FM22 for a big club at the start of the game. But for a very good reason. He's already been included in my Arsenal 3 signings and 3 sales. But was it the Arsenal one? No, it was the Liverpool one, my bad. But he's been included in this one because we're only paying £15 million for a world-class CDM. And that is the position that we needed to strengthen more than any other. He can play as a CDM or in that central midfield spot. He can play as a box-to-box midfielder if you need him to. He can play as the ball-winning midfielder if you do need him to. He can play as a deep-line playmaker if you prefer that. He can play in any position. He can play in any position if you trained him to play there. Maybe not winger, but he's good. He's incredibly good. And I don't know why you would not sign him for Manchester United. There is other options out there to bring in for a CDM. You know, Declan Rice. You got your Marino. You got, I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but you are not going to get a man for this cheap, for this much value, for what you are going to get out of him. 24 years of age as well. Plenty of room to improve. I love him. I think he's the best signing you can make. He is going to make this Manchester United team world class, and looking at it, it looks world class. And the thing that I love about it the most is that now you have so many options. If Ronaldo doesn't score for 7 games, you bring Dybala in. If you want to focus on just developing the youth, you bring Greenwood onto the right-hand side and maybe put Rashford up top, play Sancho out on the left. If you want to go super attacking, you can put Pogba down in this position, Fernandes down here, get Dybala back onto here, get Cristiano Ronaldo up top, and get, I don't know, Cavani out up top, Ronaldo on the wing. You have so many options with this team, with so much cover. You've turned this team into a Pep Guardiola style team. You've got so many options in each and every single position. McTominay and and Fred, wherever the man is yeah, and Van der Beek, all great central midfield rotation options. Not going to be the best starters of all time, but as a rotation option, definitely going to be decent. Same with Anthony Martial, not the best starter, but still can improve in the future. Why not keep him at the club? Why would you sell him? Why would you sell him? He's a good player. He's 25 years of age. Yes, he has a high wage, but just don't pay him a high wage anymore. You know, negotiate it down. And the last thing I would say before I end this video, my advice for you as a Manchester United boss, just re-sign Pogba. He's not willing to right now because I tried to re-sign him, but I just lowballed the heck out of him because I wasn't sure whether or not I'd just make that my third signing. But I felt like it was a bit of a cop-out, so then I just didn't do it. But he will negotiate. Like, genuinely, straight off the bat, I went into negotiations, and he was asking for pretty reasonable stuff. I started offering like £200,000 a week, which is pretty ridiculous, to be fair. So that is my tips. Those are the signings. Those are the sales. And now you're just going to win Premier Leagues. Like, you just are. Like, I don't know where we're positioned in terms of favourites, but we really should be up top. We're in third. That needs to be changed. We are going to be winning the Premier League this year with this team. I'm not simulating it because this is just a transfer guide, but, you know, I think I've done a brilliant job with this team. And you've still got a decent amount of financial stability at the end. Still £5 million in the bank. Still £124,000. You know, if you sell a couple more players, you could even make some more signings, improve that centre-back signing. But I think that I've done a good job. I'm pretty proud of myself. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure to smash the like button. Let me know down in the comment section below who you want me to do and 3 signings and 3 sales with. Next, I've already got a Real Madrid one in the back pocket that someone asked for. Sorry, I forgot your name. I'm actually going to look for it really quickly because I feel really bad about that. I want to be a genuine, authentic content creator. Okay, I don't think I can find it actually because I've replied to the comment and now it, like, you know, just kind of goes away. It doesn't stick around. It just I have to, like, actually go onto the video to find it, and yeah, that's going to take a while. So a shout out to you though. Shout out to you. Thank you guys all for watching. Make sure to smash the like button. Make sure to subscribe, and I will see you all later.